CTV News at 5 with Marina Moore and Tony Rima with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Police continue their search for a missing swimmer in Elliott Lake. Brian McLean was last seen swimming toward a rock about 150 meters from the shoreline of Spruce Beach, where police say he went under the water and never resurfaced. Police are asking for the public's help in finding him. The 68-year-old is described as 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, with a medium build and short white hair. Police say he had on blue swim trunks when he disappeared. The OPP is continuing searching the shoreline and waterline. Time now for our first check on weather, and some rain has returned to the region, but how much is expected? For more details, we go to CTV's Tony Rima.
Thanks for that, Marina. Good evening, everyone. Depending upon where you live, you could get a little or a lot of rain. In fact, severe thunderstorm warning in place for Timiskaming Shores, along with Englehart and Earlton. That is going to continue until at least midnight. Environment and Climate Change Canada says that should change then after that. Our forecast radar, well, this is brought to you by CAA. Get your membership by going to caa.ca, and you can see pockets of activity, thunderstorms rippling through the broadcast region overnight, early tomorrow, and then after, we're getting clearing skies. More weather details later in the show. Marina.
All right, thank you, Tony. Ontario Provincial Police have lifted a shelter-in-place order for the part of the community of Sessakinica, northwest of Kirkland Lake. Police were investigating a weapons complaint overnight, which led to the lockdown just before 9 this morning. Officers say an individual has been taken into custody and that members of the public in this area may resume their regular activities. 5 people are facing a combined 70 drug trafficking and weapons charges after an investigation by Wikwemikong Tribal Police over the weekend. Police executed a search warrant at a home on Ojibwe Street around 5:30 Sunday morning. 3 adults from Wikwemikong and 2 teens from the Durham region were arrested. Police also seized 2 guns, more than $30,000 in suspected cocaine and other street drugs, along with $40,000 in cash. Police Chief Ron Gignac said in a press release, the value of information received from community members made this investigation possible. When the premiers met in PEI last week, the topic of tariffs held the spotlight, but they also signed off on something else that could help make new builds more accessible. CTV's Maria Saru reports.
12 premiers committing to one goal: to bring Canada's patchwork of accessibility rules closer together. Rick Hansen, a former Paralympian and longtime accessibility advocate, said in social media videos the new Memorandum of Understanding could mark a turning point.
There will never be a new build ever again that isn't built meaningfully accessible so they work for people.
4 decades after wheeling around the world on his Man in Motion tour, the deal was signed in the spirit of his push for a barrier-free country. All of Canada's provinces and territories except Quebec say they will work toward common accessibility rules for new construction, but no implementation timeline has been announced.
People will look back in this moment and say, what was the big deal? This is just normal.
David Lepofsky, a blind lawyer and longtime disability rights advocate, says consistency only helps if the standard is strong.
There's a serious risk they're just going to dilute them to the lowest common denominator.
The latest National Building Code already includes features designed to make homes easier to adapt. That includes a wider entrance, reachable switches and outlets, and reinforced bathroom walls for future grab bars. The code was developed with input from people with lived experience. The agreement also asks Ottawa to create a national fund to help retrofit older buildings. The federal government hasn't announced a commitment to that, and each province will still have to adopt and enforce common rules. Maria Saru, CTV News, Charlottetown.
The Retail Council of Canada says back-to-school shopping is more than a $4.5 billion market with 6 million students in grades K to 12. CTV's Madison Merrier spoke with local parents on how much they plan on spending and also ways to save.
The Retail Council of Canada says average household spending for back-to-school shopping ranges from $600 to $750 per child.
That's too much money, so that's $1,200 in total for me. Yeah, I don't know. I try to go to Walmart to make it cheaper, so that's all I can do.
It's approximately 1,200 for 3 kids.
About probably anywhere under 1,000.
More than 9 in 10 parents say back to school feels more expensive to them this year, and 53% told us that it feels a lot more expensive, and that's up 47% from last year.
While it may seem early for families to start thinking about going back to school, we're told 61% of parents have already begun planning and shopping.
62% still told us they're describing themselves as indifferent, organized, or excited when it comes to shopping for back to school. So they're remaining pragmatic, not panicked. And I think promotions have become an expectation. So 85% always or often look for discounts. So deals are no longer the bonus or at the edge of the journey. They are part of how parents decide where to shop.
Price remains the biggest challenge according to parents surveyed. Some families in Sudbury shared their workarounds to find savings.
Look for sales. Usually Sport Chek has a bunch of sales for shoes and whatnot, jackets, snow pants.
We try to reuse things like backpacks. Instead of every year, we do every 2 years. I have 2 sons, 12 and 5, so we pass some things down.
While the estimate includes electronics, many parents we spoke to say the price of uniforms and winter gear is what's driving up their back-to-school spending. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Time now for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Tony has your full weather forecast. For now, let's take a live look at conditions in Timmins. This is at Gillies Lake. You can see those rain clouds rolling, and they've been delivering some on and off showers today. More weather details just ahead.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Welcome to Monday, everybody. Let's take a look at your forecast radar and pockets of activity. Some rain happening along with the risk of thunderstorms. We told you about that thunderstorm warning in place for Timiskaming Shores, Earlton, Englehart. That's going to continue. The warning that is until midnight, and after that should taper off the rain. Here are our current temperatures. Add the humidity, and it felt like more like, 28, 30 degrees Celsius, depending upon where you lived. And it should be 24, 25 degrees as a daytime high. All right, here's your 5-day weather forecast. Starting with Sudbury Nickel tomorrow, overcast, a chance of rain, 21, below seasonal, nice. Temperature ticks up. Skies will clear Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a chance of some rain. Saturday, 40% chance of rain. You know what that means, 60% chance of it not raining. In through Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, the place to be. Take a look at this forecast for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Beautiful sunshine. Friday, we start to see a few more clouds, a chance of some precipitation. Saturday, some clearing. Temperature 23, should be 24 degrees as a daytime high this time of year for the Sault and Algoma. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing. Another gorgeous forecast for the next 3 days. On Friday, you'll see increased cloud cover, a chance of rain. Saturday, temperature drops a little bit, but it's still going to be overcast and also wet. For Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, sun, cloud, and rain. 23 degrees, should be 25 this time of year. Spot on Wednesday, Thursday, also clearing. Friday, we start to see overcast skies, a chance of some rain. More rain also on Saturday. Temperature falling a little bit, 23 degrees. And finally, folks, your 5-day weather forecast for North Bay, West Nipissing. Tomorrow, overcast conditions. It's going to be a gray day, 30% chance of rain. 21, it should be 24 degrees as a daytime high for this time of year in through North Bay and West Nipissing. We hit that mark Wednesday, Thursday, above seasonal temperatures, beautiful conditions on Friday, sun, cloud, and a chance of rain getting up to 27. And on Saturday, some precipitation and coming in at 24 degrees. That's your 5-day weather forecast. Marina, it's back to you.
Thank you, Tony. Well, that on and off rain is certainly a good thing, as more than 130 wildfires are burning across Ontario, including the largest fire in the province's history. The fire, dubbed Thunder Bay 36, covers an area of more than 315,000 hectares. Recent rainfall has helped slow the fire, but officials say it is still considered out of control. Additional crews from Alberta have arrived to help with the firefighting efforts. The demolition of the former General Hospital in the Sault is making progress. This video from Seldom Seen Sault Ste. Marie shows crews working to tear down the tower. The demolition is scheduled to be completed this fall. Green Infrastructure Partners Inc. purchased the site to develop into housing. It'll be submitting a master plan to the city within 3 years of purchase, and the plan is to start construction within 5 years. The total cost of the demolition is $4.6 million, which GIP Inc. is paying for. There's a, quote, deep concern over declining public safety in downtown Sudbury. Management for a mall in the core has contacted City Council with that message, saying there have been repeated issues around the building. CTV's Angela Gemmell reports.
It's a typical day at Elm Place Mall. As visitors contemplate purchases or head to appointments, security keeps a close watch. The mall has seen vandalism, theft, and open drug use and is asking the city for help.
We're taking this very seriously. We're going to continue because I've always said that a healthy city is one that has a healthy downtown, and certainly a safe downtown, and that's your heartbeat of your city. We're going to continue ensuring that people feel safe here.
The mayor confirms he and other councillors received a letter from Vista Hospitality, the mall's owner. It describes deep concern regarding the continued decline in public safety downtown and the growing impact on businesses, workers, and customers. While the property manager at Elm Place didn't want to appear on camera, he did confirm several of the incidents outlined in the letter, like the assault of a maintenance worker. Vista Hospitality says it's invested thousands of dollars for private security, surveillance systems, and other measures, but the issues persist.
There's a lot of investments that are being made downtown, a lot of excitement happening downtown, a lot of arts and entertainment happening downtown. However, there are these instances that happen that taint all the efforts that have been made by a lot of people.
Vista Hospitality is urging council to make public safety a top priority and come up with lasting solutions to restore confidence in the downtown. Lefebvre says it's a challenge because of the broader issues in the municipality.
It comes back with housing, it comes back with supports, and it comes back with ensuring that the people have purpose. And that's a challenge when they're often dealing with mental health addictions.
Mall management says it's been working to improve the experience at Elm Place. Several new tenants are set to move in this fall, including the Sudbury Pickleball Club with new indoor courts. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
Coming up here on CTV News at 5, the Sudbury Performance Group marks a major milestone. Plus, the Her Northern Voice Festival returns with some big names in the lineup. We have details just ahead. An annual music festival elevating female artists kicks off in Sudbury next month. CTV's Amanda Hicks tells us more about the mission of Her Northern Voice and what's in store this year.
It's a festival amplifying female voices across Northern Ontario and beyond. Held in Sudbury each year, Her Northern Voice is gearing up for a special milestone as it celebrates its 5-year anniversary.
The very first festival was just a one-day thing in the pavilion at Bell Park. And then from there, it's just grown. This is our first year having headliners. It's our first year having craft and food vendors, and our first year having an alcohol tent. There's also going to be a bunch of other things too.
This year's headliners span 3 distinct genres: top 40, rock, and Indigenous music.
We have Lee Aaron, Canada's rock goddess, the metal queen. We've got Susan Aglukark, who's just such a beautiful Juno-winning Indigenous artist, as well as Chantal Kraviazak, who is known the world over.
Founded by the Sudbury Performance Group and local artist Dee Bella, the festival was created to fill a gap in the industry. Bella, who performs in the Sudbury pop rock duo Naked Soul with her husband, is one of 50 Ontario artists taking the stage over the 6-day event.
The most fulfilling feeling of a crowd and listening to your music and sharing something that's quite intimate to me, to be able to somehow have a part in that to other artists, I couldn't be prouder.
Main stage shows will take place at Bell Park's Grace Hartman Amphitheatre. There will also be free community events spread across the city. Beyond the music, organizers say the heart of the festival remains at the forefront.
It's saying to these women, your voice matters, and you may not be a star yet, however that looks like to you, but we're going to give you an opportunity to come on stage and show people what you have to tell your story, and to just be in the limelight for a second. And I think that's just beautiful.
The festival runs August 4th to the 9th. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
And by the way, over the next 2 weeks, Amanda will have one-on-one interviews with the 3 main headliners leading up to the festival. She'll sit down with Lee Aaron on July 31st, Susan Glukark on August 4th, and Chantal Karviacic on August 6th. Tune in to CTV News at 6 to watch. The Sudbury Performance Group is gearing up for a major milestone, announcing its 10th anniversary season.
I was able to gather a group of artists to say, let's create this group to offer live theater, live music, and live comedy to Sudbury audiences. And we said, okay, we're going to do this together, and we would start little by little, but all of a sudden we've ballooned, we've exploded into such a community-rich group. And I think the fact that the community keeps coming back to Sudbury Performance Group means that we've done something right.
Running from this October to May 2027, the 7-show lineup features popular musicals, comedies, and dinner theater, kicking off with the Rocky Horror Show, and includes Mamma Mia, SpongeBob the Musical, and We Will Rock You. The group says the last decade has seen thousands of audience members and dozens of volunteers make the shows possible. Sudbury Performance Group is offering $10 off tickets purchased before August 1st. The Timmins Rock are on the hunt for a new bench boss, as longtime coach Brandon Perry has taken a post with Queen's University. The school announced over the weekend that Perry would be coaching the men's team this fall. Perry has coached the Rock for 5 seasons, leading them to an NOJHL championship in 2023 and the finals last season. When we return, your Pure Country catch-up. You're watching First at 5.
Hey, it's Coop from Pure Country Mornings in Sudbury. No shortage of opportunities to win big with our station. You've got to be listening to the station for your chance. But also, make sure you download the iHeartRadio app. It's a free download, by the way, for your mobile device, because we have a chance to win something pretty spectacular via iHeartRadio as well. That's right, iHeartRadio and Pure Country would love to send you to Savannah and the Round Festival in beautiful Cairns, Australia, where the outback meets the tropics. This getaway is going to be October the 8th through to the 11th, featuring performances from the Roadhammers, Dan Davidson, and more. You can explore the wonders of tropical North Queensland, from the Great Barrier Reef to ancient rainforests, also a VIP festival along the way. I have a piece of paper because there is so much that's involved in this prize. You got to hear it. Return economy flights for 2 to Cairns, Australia. 2 nights accommodation, 2 nights accommodation in Port Douglas and Cairns, 7-night camper van rental, 2 VIP 3-day passes to Savannah and the Round Music Festival. You can get a meet and greet with the Roadhammers and Dan Davidson, Great Barrier Reef day tour for 2, Rainforest Adventure day tour for 2, and also, to make things sweeter, $1,000 cash. I've got your attention now, right? But it's an iHeartRadio contest. Pure Country, of course, heavily involved. What you need to do is listen to Pure Country 91.7 on the iHeartRadio app for at least 10 minutes. You'll get a little prompting, click enter, and just like that, your name's into the draw. It's that easy, and you can go back each day and do it over and over and over again. More chances that you listen, So the more times that you listen are the more chances you have to win. Check it out, and it all starts with the iHeartRadio app. It's a free download. All the details too at purecountry917.ca.
Our first community close-up takes us to the Greater Sudbury community of Capreol, where plenty of summer fun and celebration is set to take place this weekend. Capreol Days is back July 31st to August 2nd, and organizers say whether you're a long-time resident or visiting for the first time, Capreol Days offers something for everyone. There's a pageant, live entertainment, the downtown block party, vendor markets, children's activities, and delicious local food. For more information, visit capreoldays.ca. If you're looking for something to do with the kids this Thursday, Science North is hosting a fun session called Build It at the Four Seasons Complex in Spanish. That'll be from 1 to 3 p.m. Science North Blue Coats will be on hand to help guests design and construct while exploring shapes and materials. Now for a little look at nature, and Diane Boulay in Hanmer offers this challenge. Can you spot the 6 monarch caterpillars in this photo? I can see them. They were in the last photo, but here's another close-up for you. Aren't they gorgeous? Diane says they seem to love her milkweed, and that's why we plant it, right? Sure helps with the monarch population. Way to go, Diane. Thanks for sharing and keeping these little guys thriving. Finally, take a look at this stunning sunset. Melanie Steele captured this one in Espanola along her evening walk. The sun is so large and bright, and you can't help but stop and admire it, and of course take a photo. I'm sure it was even more beautiful in person. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, please email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Include your name, location, and a short description. And finally for us tonight, San Diego Comic-Con was held over the weekend, which has become one of the marquee events for announcing Hollywood blockbusters. Ryan Gosling will be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Ghost Rider. The film, which is set to be directed by fellow Canadian Sean Levy, is set to be released in 2028. It's the third film to feature the Ghost Rider character, following a pair of films in 2007 and 2011 starring Nicolas Cage. Hey, some Canadian power right there. There's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.